Hello and welcome back to the 15th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm Adam, or the Rubik's Cubed.
I'm Daniel Goodman, or TCKyewbs.
I'm Daniel Karnock, or Derpy
I'm Allison Lear, the Programming Cuber.
And today our guest is TCKyewbs.
Hey guys.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Hey.
Okay, so let's get started here. First things first, we got our Q&A as per usual. So who wants to do the first question?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
It's Danimals Yee.
Oh yeah, so from
Yeah.
Dana Yee, we have the question, how do you think we as a cubing community can motivate more female cubers to compete/practice? Or do you guys think it's an inherent problem reminiscent of that with females in the science/tech fields? Also, this is sort of unrelated, but we'll answer this after.
Yeah.
Would you rather win one really big competition, like Nats or Worlds in 3x3, or get a world record in another event?
Okay, well, that was a lot. Wait, what was the first part of the question?
Okay, yeah, so the first one was about motivating female cubers to compete or practice, and do you think it's a problem that's similar to females in science or tech?
Okay, that is a really, really good one.
Yeah.
You have to tell them they'll get hot boyfriends.
Well
Like,
put.
you like cute boys.
Wow, great.
I mean, that wasn't one of my general concerns, but I guess it'll help.
Sign me up.
But yeah, I think it's really just because there are a lot of guys that do it. It's kind of like sports. You're just kind of discouraged to do it if you see
Yeah.
that there's so many guys doing it and not enough girls.
Yeah.
I feel like people just see it as like a nerdy thing, and the girls are like, ew, there's like a bunch of like these like nerdy guys that are doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like, this is weird.
That's why I don't really cube at school. Like, a lot of my friends don't know that I have a YouTube channel or that I even know how to solve Rubik's Cube.
My god, you're lucky.
Oh, really?
Dude, I keep it very low key at my school. I have a few friends who like unfortunately found out, and they message me every now and then. They're like, I'm quitting school to become
Yeah,
a YouTube.
like sometimes you'll see,
So I'm
sometimes
like,
you'll see
okay.
in my sometimes you'll see in my comment section. There's like a random person who like yelled something really weird, and I'll reply to them with like, "What the heck are you doing here?" And then the other people are my actual viewers are like, "Wait, why'd you just reply to this person? Like, ask them what they're doing on your channel?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, it's funny, like, at my school, it's not low-key at all. Because, like, basically everyone in my grade knows that I'm a cuber/YouTuber. I think one of the people actually, like, listens to this podcast. And they're not a cuber, so...
That's
Yeah,
bad.
I have non-cubing friends who like found out, and they're like my closer friends, but they found out, and then like it starts spreading places, and I'm like, no, please.
Yeah. I mean, I think in general, DG and I are lucky enough to be in like school communities that are more accepting of a hobby such as cubing, where
Yeah.
others may not be in that situation. So, yeah, I cube a lot in school, but I don't think people know about my YouTube channel though. Doesn't get
Yeah.
out very often.
The only time I've cubed in school is like computer science, just because there's computers there, and like sometimes I'll finish early in that class, but other classes I don't really take it out.
Yeah. I cube on the bus sometimes, but that's about it.
I think I've cubed once, and it was like I brought a squan to school.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
next question is from Sophie Chan.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, wait, there's
the
skipped,
second part to
Oh
Dana's
no!
question.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
second part.
Yeah,
Forgot
so,
about that.
Oh, yeah, so Dana asked, also, would you rather win one really big competition, like Nats or Worlds in 3x3, or get a world record in another event? So,
I think
Um,
world record for sure, because that would
Yeah.
get publicized more, and
Yeah.
it would just get more popularized.
I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
like the appeal of either saying you're the world champion / national champion, or saying that you are a world record holder. So
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
like two
Well,
different
yeah, yeah.
titles
Well, here's the
that you
thing.
can have.
If you win a big competition, nobody can take that from you.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's true. Okay.
That's true.
That's a
You're
good
forever
point.
like the Nationals 2014 champion.
Yeah, there are
or
very
something,
few
like-
people who have world
That's true.
records from like 3 years ago that are still standing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess technically you can say you're the former world record holder, but maybe that doesn't sound as
yeah,
impressive.
but then they're
as,
like, oh, who beat it? You're not good enough.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like I've heard people say, like, you know, I've held world records in cubing or things like that, you know, like that's something you could say.
Yeah. Are we
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at this from a standpoint of like non-cubers?
Oh yeah,
See,
they're impressed
because
by
it
anything.
depends. Because for a world record, like, I don't think non-cubers would care as much if you have a world record in Pyraminx. Like all they know is
That's
3x3.
true.
You know? And if you compare it, like I'm the world champion or national champion in Rubik's cubes, that's way more impressive for people who are not familiar with the hobby, you know?
That's a good point.
There's a struggle that I face very often where I'm like, yeah, I placed second runner-up at Nationals in 2015 in 2x2. They're like, oh, isn't that the one anybody can do? I'm like, no, it's not.
There is such a lack of understanding of how much skill and like practice and talent it takes to place second in the nation for 2x2. It's just that's so sad. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to deal with that if that was me in that situation. I'd try to justify
no.
it.
You don't understand. 2x2 is hard, but it's stupid.
Wait, what do you mean it's hard? That's like the baby one, right?
Yeah, it's the one for easy ones. And I'm like, no!
See, to answer Dana's question, though, like, for me, I think it's kind of hard to decide because, like, you know, there's that whole, like, platinum member thing with the WCA, right, where you've competed in every event, and you have every possible, like, space filled up, like, history of world records, history of continental records, and, like, history of world championship podiums and things like that. So I would go for the one that I think is the hardest to get, which I might say is world championship podium, just because that only comes once every 2 years. And for a world record, you can get that at any competition. So I might go with a world's podium.
Yeah.
But if it was Nats,
I think I would
don't
go
know
with
if I
the
could.
podium too.
Yeah, if it was Nats, that doesn't even really show up on your profile, so I wouldn't go for that. But worlds, I would.
I'm so far away from a world record or a national championship, I can't even imagine.
That's okay.
either.
We're in the same boat.
Aw, Adam, it's okay.
I am
like,
too.
It's like trying to...
I'm pretty far.
It's like ants trying to comprehend, like... I don't know, the Empire State Building. Like, I don't... like, I can't even give you an answer. Alright. Are we moving on then?
All right.
One day I'll get there.
Okay, next question.
Is from Sophie
Next
Chen.
question is, yes.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry, Allison, did you want to ask that?
I heard she's really
yeah,
good at
alright,
fewest
I'll just
move
say it.
count.
So
Go for
for TCKyewbs, why don't you compete?
Oh, okay. Well, one part of it is that I just don't have the time. And, you know, just because I haven't had a face reveal yet, I think that's also part of it, that I don't want to go to a competition and just publicize myself. I think that's another part of it. But yeah, I think it's mostly just time consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take a look at a situation like J.R. Huber, who did, like, you know, the whole big face reveal deal right before going to nationals, I would understand why that's, like, something you would want to avoid, because then people come up to you like they're in your face, and it's not really the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, what I think would be interesting is, like, you know, since you haven't shown your face on your channel and, like, you haven't said your name or anything, like, a lot of people probably wouldn't even realize it was you.
That's
you know?
true, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
So-
see, if you went to a competition, they'd be like, oh my god, TPC. Or like, oh my god, it's hashtag here. I'm kidding. that's like when Ava goes to a competition, it's like, there's some people who are like, oh my god, it's TPC, and it's like, no, wrong one. And then I'll go to a competition or something and like, oh my god, it's hashtag Hubert. No, wrong one.
So, do you have to be concerned about racist people at comps now?
Oh my
god!
You know,
Dude,
Are you Sophie Chan?
I've had I've legitimately had like people tell me who are like, hey, I went to a competition and they all thought I was you.
okay, wait. there was something Pavan told me a while ago. He said, so okay, for those who don't know, I'm not being racist. This is just the truth, okay?
No, I know
Pavan is Indian, and Jabari
That's
Naruddin
racist.
is black. Okay, so
They have similar skin tones.
So Pavan, somebody waved Pavan over when they had his card to a solving station, and they were like, "Come over here, you're here." And then he sat down, and the card said Jabari Naruddin.
Oh my god.
TG, you're over here. TG sits down. It's Jabari Naruddin.
Jabari isn't even in this comp. How did he get here?
Oh my god.
I want that to be a meme.
Great.
Call it surprise Jabari Naruddin.
Surprise Jabari Naruddin. Dude. I don't know what comp Jabari's going to, possibly next. But
Pavon
if I'm ever staffing at a competition with Jabari, I will call one of you over when it's Jabari.
Yes.
I will do
Surprise
that.
Jabari.
Oh, that's great.
We should do that for each other. If we
Yeah,
ever have
that'd be so
Jabari,
good.
we just call one of us over.
All right.
Yep.
So the next question is from TCKyewbs, who has a couple of questions for everybody. Number one, if you ever got invited to be part of a YouTube rewind, would you do it and why? So we'll
I
start with
would
that
do
one.
it.
No.
What is
Wait, who
that?
are we
I'm not
starting
really
with?
familiar with that.
Oh, so
Every year,
yeah.
YouTube makes a video called YouTube Rewinds, and they just have like a bunch of really big YouTubers on it.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know, it's like 6 minutes long or so, and they
Yeah,
just
it's
show like
kinda
the
like
biggest
a-
like trends of the year.
Yeah, yeah, and then
And
like the
it's
music
really
is like a
well made.
mashup of the biggest music, like from that year and
Yeah.
stuff.
I think
just a
the
cool
last
video.
cool rewind was Gangnam Style.
Dude,
And, like,
honestly, the last ones have
Yeah.
been pretty lame. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
because they haven't been
there's-
that great.
But
I mean,
even
it's
if it
just
was
not.
lame- oh.
YouTube is like out of touch with their audience now. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all like YouTube Red and
Yeah.
only care about
Yeah.
the people who make 10-minute long videos every day.
Hmm.
I mean, I think okay, it would be far from me because usually like YouTube does stuff in like California and stuff.
I mean,
so,
they would pay for it probably.
Yeah, if they paid for me
Yeah.
to go, that would actually be a pretty cool experience.
That'd be lit.
yeah, I
Not
would,
gonna
I
lie.
would totally go. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
And
I would
especially
fly all
like,
the way.
like the first, if like, imagine like the first time they were to ever invite like a cuber on YouTube Rewind, that
Dude.
would be like, no one knows who we are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, who are these kids who like have Rubik's cubes and stuff? Like, what are they
Yeah.
doing?
wait, who do you think is the first Cuber who'll be on YouTube Rewind?
Nobody
Um,
ever. A Cuber will never be on YouTube
Yeah.
Rewind.
It's not gonna. We're not gonna be cool enough for
Wait,
YouTube
wait,
Rewind.
just realized something. Vsauce is a cuber, so
Well,
What?
It depends on your. He's not
it's
a
not
Cuban
really a
YouTuber.
Cuban channel. Yeah, he's not a
Yeah,
Cuban
okay.
YouTuber.
you know what I
yeah.
mean.
I know what you mean.
Don't try to loophole your way through my questions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Alright,
So
GG.
the second question is: do you think audio quality or video quality is more important in cubing videos, and why?
Ooh.
Video.
I think video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Wait, one
But-
or the other or both?
Because
Oh,
when
oh,
you
one or the
when
other.
you get a decent like video thing, the audio is at least gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Hmm. It's interesting. I would say audio personally. Like, I
Really?
feel like okay, because I feel like I've had
like, would
more
you use your
experiences-
3DS with a blue snowball?
yeah. See, that's a tough question.
Perfect.
But honestly, like, okay, so the question is, would I rather use really great video quality but 3DS audio, which made me sound like I had like a really terrible lisp and like just really bad audio, or would I rather use like Blue Snowball or like some really high-end mic with 3DS video? Honestly, I might have to go with the really high-end mic. 'Cause I feel
I'm
like-
gonna-
Well, okay.
it's-
Here's the thing about that is that that's not really a practical comparison because if you were to get like good video, it has a microphone built in.
Yeah.
So practically speaking, if you get a good camera, then you would have at least an okay microphone.
If,
Yeah.
Here,
if
I'm
I
pulling
may,
up a
1
video
second,
right
he-
now.
Sorry,
I'm
go
pulling
ahead.
up a video right now of Sebastian Weyer's 21.97 4x4 single world record from forever ago, and I think it was a live stream of like Euros, and here I think video quality is very important because it was a world record and like,
Yeah.
but it's like 2 pixels.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like for a world record, you want the
Yeah.
video quality, but
Yeah.
for a regular cubing video, I think audio quality. Because like, if you think about it, if you have like terrible audio, that's like instantly like painful to watch. But if you have bad video quality, I feel like it's just kind of blurry, but it's not necessarily like
That's true. That's
Painful.
true.
I don't
But
know.
I mean, I don't know. I think just practically speaking, in terms of what you would be getting with improving your video quality, it's going to at least bump the audio quality to a decent level. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like I remember. Okay, so I've only ever used a Canon for all my videos ever since starting my channel, and my
Lucky.
audio wasn't. Yeah, my audio wasn't the best, but it was still okay with the inboard mic. So I definitely think the visuals is really what got my channel going, and so I think that is most important for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the commenter elaborates on this in point 3, which is really the same question, which is if you would have to choose between an amazing DSLR but a bad mic, or a bad camera but studio quality like audio, which one would you choose and why? So those are the,
Yeah, we
the
kind of-
parameters
yeah.
set by
Yeah.
the commentator. So we already talked about that, so I guess we'll just move
Yeah.
on from there.
Yeah.
The next question
Alright.
is from VRTkyewbs, VertCyewbs, I guess. I don't know. Hey TC, face reveal?
Nah.
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 We'll leave it at that. All right, does somebody else want to grab the next question?
Derp, take it.
Oh, from Benny25V. For all of you, when the cheese in all caps. Hold on, let me reread this. For all of you, when the cheese square one was released, it became everybody's mains. No, everybody's mains. Would you say the X-Man Megamix had the same effect and then 57 million question marks?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It didn't.
It was a
It's like-
similar effect, but like I would say it was a similar effect, just at like a different order of magnitude. You know, like the
Yeah,
Chi
I
is like
guess.
everybody, and then X-Men is like, oh, this is probably the best cube. So most people switch. But
Yeah. But then, like, still a lot of fast people didn't like it. Like, I think
Yeah.
Juan Pablo didn't like it. And some people had different color schemes. Like, especially for Megamix, some people had weird color schemes, aka me. So the sculpted one didn't work. And then
Yeah,
well,
same
I mean,
for
I'm
me.
actually using a flat one right now. So
Yeah.
my main is the X-Man. But
if I were to do
Yeah.
Megamix, I would have to use flat. And I have one stickered with my scheme. The issue is for me, I can't, for normal Megamix schemes, I can't tell the colors apart for some of the sides.
oh yeah,
So
that's
it's
not my issue.
necessary
I'm just
for me
weird.
to- yeah. It's necessary for me to use flat.
Yeah, personally, like, I thought, I feel like this was mentioned, like, on, what was this? What was it? CubeCast. I feel like they mentioned this a little bit with the Chi Squan. There was somebody over in, like, California somewhere where they used to be, like, the guy who was always kind of good at square one before the Chi came out. You know, like, he was sub 20, which was pretty good at the time. And then the Chi came out, and it wasn't any better for him than, like, the old Squans. And so he basically became, like, average instead of being any good. Which
Huh.
I feel like that's kind of,
That's
like,
interesting.
similar to what happened to me with the X-Men Megaminx. Like, I can still use a Yoo-Hoo and get the same exact times, but I don't know, for some reason, like, I vaguely prefer the X-Men Galaxy, but I don't
Vaguely.
know, honestly, like, vaguely's not the right word.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I understand what you're
barely
saying.
prefer it. Yeah.
Like with
But, like-
3x3s, often I'll go back to like, because I use a Yuexiao, so I'll go back to the Mei Ying, which is very similar, and I'll say, "Whoa, this is so good," and it's just that the cube that you have as your main barely edges it. That you just use that for so long, and then you forget that the other ones are just as good. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think it's because, Square Ones, the mechanisms haven't really been as elaborated as Megaminx mechanisms. Like, the original Shang Shao, it was at least okay with, like, modding, but even a
Yeah.
Q-Twist Square One, it would just pop a lot. It just didn't have the potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because, like, the Shang-Chi was already modeled off of their, like, speed cube type thing, like their speed 3x3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like,
so...
Imagine like having a Lan 2x2 and then upgrading to like an old plastic die-in that never pops. That's basically what 2016 was for Square One.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like 2015,
basically.
but
Oh,
yeah.
Oh right.
Oh,
Whatever year it was.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
year it was.
You know what's
it was-
interesting?
yeah.
So Ava and I, at the end of 2015, like, December 31st, 2015, created a time capsule, and I opened it, obviously, and, because it was a year long, and for my Square One predictions, Brandon Lin didn't exist. Like, he just didn't exist.
Really?
My Square One predictions were that Chinese guy. Yeah.
Oh, Bing Liang
Oh.
Li?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's actually really funny, because now Brandon Lin is so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's destroying.
And Tommy and stuff, yeah.
When
Yeah,
I
pretty good.
witnessed the 845, and I had little to no reaction to it because I was not surprised at all. Like, I filmed the last solve and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows full CSP and optimal EP with crazy TPS.
Yeah.
How can he not have world record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
See,
a
what
time
I find
capsule.
crazy...
Sorry, go ahead, DG.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, what I find crazy is Brandon Lin got the same world record 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
If I were to do a time capsule now, I'd probably predict like for Square One single, like Tom Nelson, he's gonna be sub 5.
Tom Nelson.
I'm sorry, Tom. You're really good at multi-blind. So
Square One single
don't-
will
Tom-
definitely be
yeah.
sub 6 very soon.
Yeah, I
Tom
could
Nelson
totally see that.
DNF 5 blind and got everyone in fantasy mad.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, he was just trolling us. All right. So, next question. Wow,
All right,
this is
I'll
an
take it.
interesting username. Go for it. Yeah.
So from Cuberius, or is
That's
it
actually
Cubrius? I don't know.
that's catchy.
Cuberius.
Kuberius.
Not gonna lie, that's a cool name.
I don't know. All the pronunciations are cool, but he says, I got one question for all of you. How do you guys get permission to use music in your videos?
We don't.
So
Steal it.
I mean, you just
No,
gotta
but-
find an artist that you like,
Yeah,
and then
we just
you-
find like no copyright stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
NCS is way overused though. I use it from
yeah.
like other channels.
NCS is
Yeah, I
overused.
use-
There are a bunch of. I use like MA free, no copyright sounds. Oh wait, no, that's NCS. What's the other one called? Free music or something like that.
Free
I don't know. There's a
songs
lot
to
of
free
use.
songs to use.
Yeah.
free songs to use. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
once had an unboxing where my music was in there. Like I did an instrumental
Oh,
cover
that's
Oh, that's cool.
of an
that's cool.
Undertale song.
I
I'm
did
like-
that. I did that one time with a Zelda song that I played on the piano.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
I think I might want to do that more because like
Yeah.
that was fun. Because like it's such a good feeling to have everything that you've released onto YouTube to be completely yours, the
Yeah.
music and the video.
That's true.
It's
That's
cool.
like it's like how Chris Tran uses his cube and his method.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Christian's
Oh
a
yeah,
genius.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, for those of us who are not musically gifted, I just like to pirate like the 5th song of the top 100. Use it. There you go.
Don't take that advice.
24 karat magic in every every video.
Oh man.
All right, final question from Mohit Mishra. Have you ever called a random stranger mom, or mom as you Americans say, or dad by accident? Not a random stranger, but I
Yeah.
think I've done this to a friend before.
Oh,
Probably
I've done
when
it
I
to
was-
friend?
Oh yeah.
When I was smaller.
Same.
Wait, how old are your friends?
no. Like I don't. It's not. I don't think it's that you actually think they look like your mom.
Yeah.
You just it just comes out. Like I don't know.
No, Allison, I feel you. I called one of my friend's dad before.
They're in middle school.
Yes. Yeah.
In middle school, I had one friend. Multiple times, I referred to him as Daddy.
I think there's a new group of people around you.
Oh my god.
No, DG, no.
Why? Why? No. Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna share this.
I have I have an interesting story with this too.
Yeah.
This isn't by accident. Somehow, I don't remember how it started, but my friend just started calling me son. So I started calling her dad. And then
Nice.
so now we have an entire family tree with like some of like this group of friends. We have like a whole family tree, which is very strange.
Oh,
It
that
involves a lot of
happens often.
Oh,
it
yeah.
involves a lot of gender switching and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
I have a few
like-
friends that do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
it's
those
very strange.
youngins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but were you TC? Were you saying you referred to somebody as mom or dad once?
No, wait, not to a complete stranger, but a teacher. I've done it once before.
Oh.
I've done that too.
Oh,
Oh no.
I feel like I
that's
might have done that
embarrassing.
once too, but I can't remember.
That gave
Like,
me a
I
good
know I've
idea
done
for
this
Everybody,
before.
my parents.
But
That
but I
gave me a
can't
good
remember.
So
You're
one
all
of my
my
friends, one of my friends is named Dan, and I used to call him Danny, right? So, yeah, I have like at least 7 friends called Daniel, named Daniel. So
Dude,
anyway,
there are like 6 million Daniels ever.
I
It's
know.
like way too many.
but I sometimes I would mix up Daniels, as you would probably know. So I had like different names for each one of them. So I would call this Danny, right? So.
Yeah.
I think this is where this stemmed from, but one of my other friends plays this joke where she says "Daddy" like that, and then tries to get Dan's attention, and he always looks up. It's hilarious.
Oh no.
I guess I have to question what he does in his free time then.
Yes,
That's true.
it like, and it's just for fun. Like everybody dies whenever that happens, and it's like over and over and over again. It's hilarious.
Wow,
he always
you should be
falls for it.
arrested.
Yeah, it's funny. In chem the other day, I was just like talking to somebody, and then somebody else was trying to get my attention in the middle of our conversation, and he was like, I heard him trying to get my attention, but I was in the middle of a conversation, and then he was like, "Hey, ugly," and I looked over at that for some reason,
Hey,
and I was really annoyed at myself that was the one that made me look.
Hey, ugly. Hey, what's up?
That's funny.
All right. So that concludes our Q&A for right now. And next we have everybody's favorite game, number one game. Absolutely. Who did what? Much better than
Unanimous
Q&A.
decision of 4 people.
Okay, so
Okay.
If you don't know, Who Did What is a game where the 4 hosts write down something embarrassing or funny that happened to them in the past. It doesn't have to be necessarily cubing related. And then the guest has to read through all of them, and then after they're done reading, they have to give their picks for who did what, hence the name.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So are we
Okay.
ready to begin?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one. One time I was solving a cube at school. I was looking down and hadn't realized that there were slippery puddles everywhere due to the recent rainy weather. I don't remember much of what happened, but apparently I tripped, fell, and lost consciousness.
Oh my God.
And got a concussion by falling on my head. I woke up at the nurse's office. Apparently, I got carried by a teacher. This is elementary school, by the way. So this taught me a life lesson. Cubing can kill. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That got dark.
Okay, I'm just gonna read through these.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
In 4th grade, I was at a choir concert in front of the entire school, and as I was walking up to perform, I tripped over their aux cord and fell in front of everyone. I still went up and sang, and then left the stage crying and had to get taken to the nurse.
Oh.
If you haven't noticed yet, all of
The
these
trend,
have a similar
yeah.
theme,
Yeah.
which is falling.
Okay. During midterms this week, I had a seat up against a wall. I was leaning back in my chair, and I thought, wow, this chair is supporting all of my weight. So I put my leg up on the table. Again, I was amazed by the stability of the chair. So I put my other leg on the table. With nothing to support myself and provide balance, the chair's 2 legs slipped out from under me. Okay. I slid down the wall, slamming my head. I thought I may have concussed myself, but I was fine. It was in front of about 100 people who all stopped what they were doing to see where the loud noise had come from. The funniest part, in my opinion, is that because my legs were on the table, I landed in practically a standing position, so I sprung up immediately. It was pretty embarrassing. Okay, alright. Okay, next one. When I was around 7 or 8 years old, I was in a bowling alley, running really fast for no real reason. As I passed by an old lady sitting in a massage chair, or at least I tried to pass by her when I suddenly tripped and fell. Not sure if it was on her legs or just on the carpet. I was ridiculously embarrassed because for some reason I thought I was looking super cool while running. And then I turned into some crying baby on the ground. The old lady didn't seem to care though, so I just tried to play it off cool. Alright.
So who did
Alright.
what?
Pretty good.
They're all pretty similar, so
Yeah.
we
Okay.
don't blame you if you don't
Well,
get them
first
right.
off with the choir one, seeing as DG is the most musically gifted with the singing, I guess. I feel like you
Face cube.
Face cube.
I mean, I feel like that would have traumatized someone to not sing anymore. So I'm gonna guess the second one. I'm gonna guess is DG.
Alright.
Midterms this week. Okay, so the third one was about falling off a chair because I'm gonna assume because of their weight.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. Okay.
Oh no! Dude, no matter what you say, you're gonna offend somebody.
No, me? Okay, I'll reevaluate my consideration. Okay, let me think about this. Okay,
Oh no.
so
She might not be wrong.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm about
Okay.
to name them.
okay, I'll just go off that
Okay,
one.
wait.
That was
Weight doesn't
funny.
have to be like fat though. Like there's
That's
different
true.
ways to be heavy. Like
Like,
what if you're just
imbalance.
really strong?
Imbalance.
You know?
That's
Okay, yes,
true.
muscle. Okay, so a muscular person. Let's see.
Everyone knows we're all bodybuilders.
Yup. Yup.
Finger exercises all day.
Yup.
Oh gosh, this is so hard. I'm gonna skip that one for now. Okay, so the first one, slipping from the puddles. Wait, why would you cube outside when it's raining?
The question is, why wouldn't you cube?
I don't know. Must be a really stupid person.
Wait, just because I don't know at all, I'm gonna totally guess. The first one I'm gonna guess is Derpy. The second one with the choir, I'm gonna guess is DG. The third one with the chair and the falling and the imbalance, I'm just gonna guess TPC since she looks so muscular.
Wait.
Hey
Wait,
guys,
what?
it's Cheapest. Today I'm gonna be unboxing this package.
No.
Only my triceps.
What's all the
Okay, and then the last one about passing the old lady, I'm just gonna guess Adam since he's the last.
Alright, Adam, you can say how many.
Yeah.
You got 1 out of 4.
Damn! Okay, which one?
You were so close. You were so
Number
close
one?
with the imbalance.
Yeah.
You were so
Uh-huh.
close.
You got
Number
got
1
mine
was
right.
Derpy.
Okay.
Number 2 was TPC.
What?
Number
Yeah.
3 is me, and it ain't muscle. And number 4 is DG.
Because he's tall. Yeah, and we're saying like you got so close because he's the tallest one here. He's like a head
Yeah.
taller than all
I
of
know,
us.
I
So
was-
we thought you were
Yeah.
gonna go with him because he's like really
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
So, like,
And
No,
that's
you
the
went with
imbalance.
Fall and
muscle or
imbalance.
fat.
There you go.
Also-
No, really,
also
it
to
wasn't the
correct
imbalance.
you-
It was the stupidity of putting both of my feet up on the desk. I don't know why I would do that.
Wait, why would you do that
Yeah,
if you're
you-
taking a midterm? Wouldn't you want to concentrate
Yeah.
on
It
doing
was
like
before. It was
actual
before the
tests?
midterm. It was before the midterm.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Wait,
during
also,
it.
to clarify, it was not raining. It had rained. It was dark. It was like
Okay.
it wasn't raining.
That makes
but
it
there
much
were just
better.
Puddles out of it, so it was
Nice.
fine. I just somehow
Nice.
got.
I like how I said
somehow
I like
blacked
how I
out.
said it must be a really stupid person, and then you guessed Derpy.
Yeah, true.
I heard that and that was mean.
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so that was good. I think we should do an average of how people do on who did what. I think he
We
would
should.
probably be around average. People often
Really?
do not.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do
Alright.
not get them very
Yeah,
often.
people
Yeah.
often get like 2 or 1 out of 4. Yeah,
It's a
that's
hard
really
game.
difficult.
It's a hard game.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew
yeah.
just somehow like beast moded it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See,
yeah.
Dude,
see what's
Andrew,
interesting
like,
is like
Andrew
Studied.
totally beast moded it.
He studied it.
Dude, he
He
studied
studied
well.
up.
He like stalked us and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, then
No.
again, the night before I was conspirating with him like with the philately thing. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, what's
that was
interesting
so
is,
dumb.
like this one I think was harder than usual because they were all
Oh,
about
same
falling.
thing.
Yeah,
So-
like
Oh,
are
there
they
wasn't like
normally
a
different?
distinctive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Usually
we
they're
We just
different
happened to
topics.
put all stories
Yeah.
about falling.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Like,
Adam.
I get
Adam,
onto the call early and DG's like, Derpy, write a story about falling. And I'm like, oh, what? Okay.
because actually Adams generally have the same theme. It's always hurting himself.
I always hurt myself
That's
somehow.
true.
He's always. I
I
mean,
mean, that is
it was like
embarrassing
he was like
sometimes.
3 years old and like shocked himself using an outlet or something, and like.
Jesus Christ, Adam.
Can you like stick your thumb in an outlet or something and like you,
Yep,
you
I
cut
put
your
my-
thumb with like a
Oh yeah, then I cut
razor?
my thumb with a pocket knife by accident. Yeah.
Adam, this is why your window shouldn't have access to your roof.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Adam,
Oh, yeah.
like we had the meetup and Adam just climbed out on the roof.
The first thing
He
I
was
see
like-
when I get out
he
of
was
DG's
like, "Hey,
car
guys."
is Adam on a roof.
Yeah, that probably
Yeah,
made a
oh,
good
that was
I'm
so
like,
great.
Oh my
You're
God.
outside, but not on the ground, and that's not safe.
Yeah. So next up we have everybody's second favorite event, or if you whatever you want
Event.
to call it. Second favorite event, 2x2. No.
The World Cup
everybody's,
Association has
second
announced
favorite.
its 18th event being Cubing in the News.
Cubing in the news. So if you're not familiar with Cubing in the news, we take some sort of article that clearly the author has no idea what they're talking about, and they talk about cubing, and then we read it and critique it.
So the title of this is "We're not Cuban, we're Rubik's cubing. So TC, this is like not that long of an article, so if you just want to read the whole thing, you're welcome to do that.
Or we can take
Can I read?
turns if you want, whatever you want.
Can I read some of it? I want to read some of it.
Or like paragraph by paragraph.
All right, we can take turns.
Okay. No, these levers for cubing did not originate from Cuba. They originated from the Rubik's Cube.
I love how they say like.
Rubik's
I love how
spelled
they
wrong,
say
of course.
originated from. Like I am from.
Like I was
the
born
Rubik's
inside
Cube.
of a Rubik's Cube.
Wait, I'd like to point out that they spelled Rubik's with an X.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a familiar mistake. Like, that's okay.
But
later in the article, they spelled it correctly. So why
No,
is
not
it
later.
X?
3 words later. Literally 3 words later.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh, goodness.
All right,
Go ahead, Derby.
Okay. The Rubik's Cube Club started last year with the guidance of Algebra 1 teacher Miss Jacobs for students who enjoy completing Rubik's Cubes.
Miss Jacobs is not the one who got this club started though. It all started with Chase Norman.
Alright, I'll go. Chase Norman, sophomore, has been cubing for quite some time now. He started cubing 4 years ago in the 6th grade. His fastest attempt was 8 seconds.
His fastest attempt was 8 seconds. He attempted to solve it in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it. And it was in the past, like, it's no longer 8 seconds.
Yeah.
You never...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, as time goes, that attempt gets erased from history, so... Yeah. Quote, the first time I completed the cube was about 3 years ago in the middle of history class. I actually stood up and yelled, "Yes, finally! This thing took me 2 weeks," said Norman.
See, that makes me wonder, like, is your history teacher, like, teaching you?
Oh, I used to cube all the time in history class. I had 7
And
by
also-
7s, and I would take the whole period to solve them. Just
Oh, nice. Also, it says he started cubing 4 years ago, and then it says the first time I completed the cube was about 3 years ago.
Continuity?
Continuity?
Question mark?
Yeah, and also,
So
I find it
instead of spending 2
extremely
weeks, he
impressive
spent a year.
extremely impressive if Norman was actually able to solve a cube without a tutorial, because it seems like he did from this, because it
Yeah,
says it took him
that's
2
true.
weeks and he did in the middle of history class, so I don't know what gives
That's
there.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next,
Alright.
Miss Jacobs
Alright.
helped to try and make the club bigger and more successful. Okay, hold up. Grammar helped to try. I'm just gonna gloss over that. She helped to encourage the students who did join and was also their timekeeper.
See, that I
Wait,
find interesting. Like,
what?
you can just get a timer. She probably, like, the kids she likes more, she
Yes.
probably gives them faster times.
It's like to somebody who she doesn't like. It's like, all right, Daniel, you go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Like, this is rigged. I want a real watch. He was like, no watch is in school.
50 minutes. Very bad.
Wow, that was not good. You are now kicked out of the club for being so bad.
Alright, Derpy.
I think it is so cool that they can solve those Rubik's cubes so fast, and that one of the members competes in competition," said Miss Jacobs.
So-
Rubik's spelled
They
with an X
switched back
this
to
time.
Rubik's
Yeah,
with an
and
X.
also
it's not
they
even
spelled it with a
capital anymore.
lowercase r this
Yeah.
time. There are 3 different spellings.
I think I know what happened here. I think for each sentence there was a different writer and had not seen the sentence prior or after.
That would be an interesting article concept to do.
Oh, that would actually be really cool. You're writing about the same thing, but...
Oh, maybe we should do that in the next
You-
podcast.
Every person gets 1 to 3 sentences per paragraph, and they get one vague subject about a guy who is. I don't know why they even mentioned cube. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they live?
Is
I
that
feel like
supposed
it
to be
would be-
funny? Like,
I don't know.
Like
Alright, anyway.
I have no idea.
Next paragraph is, the ability to solve a Rubik's Cube is a fundamental skill.
Oh yes, fundamental.
Yep, fundamental. You
If-
you have not lived until you solved a Rubik's Cube.
Oh yeah. If, of course, you have the patience for it. It can be estimated that about 5...
Okay, so
oh no.
Someone read this. I'm dead.
it can be estimated that about 5.8% of the world population cannot solve the Rubik's Cube.
Okay, at least 90% of the world does not have a Rubik's Cube. Okay? Just put that out there right there.
Are they just saying that this 5.8% is like too stupid to learn, or are they just saying that
It's a fundamental skill. Okay, wait. Hold
It's
on
a
1 second.
fundamental skill,
Wait,
but
then-
only if
wait,
you have the
then technically-
patience.
Dude, technically then, like, a non-cuber encounter would be, like, very rare.
yeah, it makes
Exactly.
And
no
also
sense.
competitions would happen like every day, and like
Yeah. Even if you're saying 5.8 can solve it, like that's way more than there are.
Yeah.
If everybody who had a Rubik's Cube can solve one in the world, 5% can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
So so there's no way that 95%.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting that from. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
and-
after that it says the fastest time that the cube has ever been solved was in 5.55 seconds by Mads Volk, which is wrong because this was written November 2016.
Oh.
So-
okay. I was gonna say. Wait, isn't that right? But then,
Yeah.
it's not.
Nope.
remember, yeah.
It was written
That's-
November,
yeah.
not just like edited November. Oh, I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, there are many different kinds of Rubik's cubes, which are what? Classic 3x3x3 cube, mirror cube, Megaminx 12 faces, V cube 7 and 6, Scube,
Everybody knows the V Cube 7 and 6.
Cube, Square 1, 3x3x4 cuboid, and then the 3x3x3 Master Morphinx.
Okay, I did some calculations here.
Oh yeah.
I'd just like to point out that if 5.8% of the world's population could not solve a Rubik's Cube, and we're assuming that the rest of the population can and owns a Rubik's Cube, that means over 7 billion Rubik's Cubes have been solved.
Dude, Erno Rubik would be the richest man on the planet.
No.
7 billion! There's not enough
Oh my God,
plastic
Adam's,
in the
like,
world.
dying. I would put all my money in the plastic industry.
Oh man, that's terrible. 7
I would be a
billion.
rich man.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, we would have like more cubes than like food.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. And then it says, if you are interested in cubing, I don't know why they need to put the apostrophe. Like, you can say cubing. Then
trying to-
see
they're trying to
Ms.
be our
Jacobs
homies,
or
yo.
Chase. I like how they say,
Like-
also I like how they say, then see Ms. Jacobs or Chase. Like, okay, I'll go see him tomorrow.
See
Like,
them in room 267 tomorrow on the second floor at your high school.
Is it possible
Like-
that this is like a school newspaper?
I think it must be,
Maybe.
but it's still like an actual website, you know? Like, but I'm not just gonna go, I'm not gonna get on a plane to South Carolina just to see Ms. Jacobs and Chase.
That's true.
Also, it says, there's a little picture
Jeez,
on the
yeah,
side.
I just read that.
Yeah, you want to read it, Allison? Or
Yeah,
someone?
yeah. Someone can take it.
TC, you can read it if you want.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Chase Norman has graduated from the common Rubik's Cube to the mirror cube.
Beautiful.
Yup. And then the
Yeah.
next level, then you graduate to the Megaminx 12 faces.
Oh, yes.
And then you can graduate to the V Cube 7 and 6.
Mm.
And then Scube.
And then Scube.
Yeah, first you do a 7x7 and then
Yup.
skew.
V Cube 7 and 6, both puzzles that take more than 2 minutes to solve. Scube, world record is 2.6. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I did a mirror cube and like I completed it like without a tutorial and stuff. I mean, the first time I did it was without a tutorial, but like I felt pretty accomplished.
Yeah,
I felt like
same,
I had
Mercury's
same.
cool.
Made a big.
I remember
made a
that.
big step in non-WCA.
Yeah.
Like, not gonna lie, it was a pretty good feeling. It wasn't like, oh, it's another non-WCA puzzle that I can just randomly solve. It was like, ooh.
No, yeah, that was
first
cool for
non-WCA
me
puzzle I
too,
can
yeah.
solve.
Yeah.
So it actually felt sort of like a graduation, kind of.
Yeah.
But not as dramatic as
Yeah.
they make it sound.
See, the way they make it sound, it's like he's done with the Rubik's Cube now. Like, he's just
Yeah,
doing
Yeah.
a mirror
it's
cube.
like you move up in levels, which you don't.
He's
Yeah.
broken up.
So, Rubik's Cube graduation, poor word choice or profound metaphor? I'm gonna go with
Possible
the
title.
poor word choice because this was not really some great journalism over here.
Yeah.
Alright. So, that wraps up Cubing in the News.
Yes, that's about it for keeping in the
Yes.
news. So we're gonna start another segment here, just based on what we saw on the previous Cubing in the News article. So this is called one sentence story. So here's how it's going to work. One person at a time is going to write a sentence about any subject, while the other people cannot see or hear what they're talking about, right? Then person number 1 has to tell person number 2 the gist of their sentence in 3 words. Then the task of person number 2 is to write a sentence that they think will coherently fit with the first one. And so then at the end, we'll compile all these sentences and read the story and see what happens. So I'll go first, and I will write a sentence. Okay, so now that all of our sentences are written, we are going to post them one at a time and read them out loud and see how fantastic this story is. So let's start out. Sentence number 1. I was reading a book called Cracking the Cube by Ian Scheffler when I discovered something truly strange.
Alright. And
Wait, what were the words that you gave to Allison?
I told
he
Allison
gave me, like, cubing,
book and discovery.
I think. So I got on the same train of thought. I said, Ian finds Cracking the Cube buried in a crevice in the Grand Canyon, wondering who put it there. Because, you know, like, a discovery.
Oh no! Oh, this gets bad.
Alright. And then the words I gave Derby
So-
was like Ian book and then, or Ian's book and then buried or something like that.
Yeah, so I interpreted it as Ian had his book buried. So I said, Ian dreadfully wept as his book was mournfully carried into the grave to be buried, and his tears slowly and emotionally fell like the rain that fell with them. Oh my goodness. So I knew nothing about this Grand Canyon situation.
Well, I couldn't fit Grand Canyon in there. I was out of words.
And I gave TC the words Ian, book, and crying.
And then
Okay.
dun dun dun.
Let's see. Books make Ian cry peanuts as he reads them aloud. So I was given Ian, books, and crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
And then okay, so then what'd you give Adam?
I gave him reading, snacks, and sadness.
So, dejected, I ran home in the pouring rain, shoving Twinkies in my face all the way home to suppress my outrage over the boorishness of the sinister book.
Oh my god, that's how it got there.
Oh no.
Okay, wait, and then the words Adam, you can say what you gave.
I gave you, I can't even remember, raining, Twinkies, and outrage.
Twinkies and yeah, raining Twinkies and outrage. And I was at this point I was like, what? Oh, Derpy. So the words Adam gave me was raining Twinkies and outrage. And I was like, you what? So
Oh no.
so the Twinkies were soaked through, heightening Ian's anger, and he tried to sprint away, but slipped and fell face first into the ground.
Oh no.
And then I gave, I think I gave Derpy Twinkies again. Twinkies soaked and slipped.
Okay, so I interpreted this as I thought they would slip on like soap and like so I said the Twinkies were soaked in water and soap as they made the floor dripping wet, making it incredibly slippery.
So we lost Ian.
Where did Ian go?
And the last sentence of the story.
Okay.
So
Final
Derpy,
sentence.
what'd you give her?
Oh, I gave her Twinkie slippery floor.
Oh my god.
So from that slippery floors, I figured bathrooms, and of course Twinkies, and so Twinkie-filled elephants easily flop on bathroom floors.
Seems legit.
Oh no.
So we got from Ian Scheffler's Cracking the Cube to Twinkie-filled elephants.
Flopping on bathroom floors.
So if you're interested in reading this wonderful story, we have the whole thing pasted in the show notes, linked down below.
Wait, let's read the whole story
Okay,
together.
let's read the whole story. Do you want me to do that? I'll go. Okay. So
Let's all read our own things without
Okay.
interruption.
I was reading a book called Cracking the Cube by Ian Scheffler when I discovered something truly strange.
Ian finds cracking the cube buried in a crevice in the Grand Canyon, wondering who put it there.
Ian dreadfully wept as his book was mournfully carried into the grave to be buried, and his tears slowly and emotionally fell, like the rain that fell with
Books
them.
make Ian cry peanuts as he reads them aloud.
Dejected, I ran home in the pouring rain, shoving Twinkies in my face all the way home to suppress my outrage over the boorishness of the sinister book.
The Twinkies were soaked through, heightening Ian's anger, and he tried to sprint away but slipped and fell face first into the ground.
The Twinkies were soaked in water and soap as they made the floor dripping wet, making it incredibly slippery.
He was eating Twinkies.
Twinkie-filled elephants easily flop on bathroom floors.
So he was eating Twinkies and slipping on Twinkies.
Oh no.
Oh my god, what do we do?
This makes no sense.
What do we do? What have we done?
We're gonna have to
When
we're gonna
DJ
have to
reads-
continue this in the future, I think.
Dude, this is all.
Oh my god, we have to do this segment again.
So that concludes our final segment, and we have one more thing left to do before we leave off, and that is announcing our next guest on the Dlsone podcast. So can I get a drum roll, please? Our next guest is Kyewbs. So if you have any questions for Kyewbs, you can leave them down below, and we'll make sure to...
If you don't know who Kyewbs is, then you need to go get out of from under your
watch
rock.
some
Rock.
videos. man.
You need to. I mean, he recently made a comeback, so maybe you don't know who he is,
Yeah.
because you had to have
Yeah,
been
he's
around
amazing.
for like a couple years or something. But
Yeah, so anyway, if you have any questions for
Yeah.
Kyewbs, you can leave them down below. We'll make sure to ask him next time he's on. So anyway, that's about it for this one. Thank you very much to TC for coming on.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Thanks. Anyway, that's about it for this one. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that'll be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Okay, bye.
I'm Daniel Goodman, or TCKyewbs.
I'm Daniel Carnocker. Why did I mess up my name? Why am I... Okay, here's the problem. I can't get to the docs, nor do I know the order, nor do I know my story, nor do I know if my audio program
Okay.
is working. I'm having like
Nor
6
do you
different
know your
problems at
name.
once. My life is a mess.